Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. If you hold Ethereum, you have 10 hours or less before a major change happens. I'm going to be cluing you in this video. Also, the recent CPI inflation numbers came out today. I'm going to tell you what this means for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and play you a clip. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. Subscribe to the channel, join the team. We post a video every day, keeping you updated. Let's start with Ethereum, get into Bitcoin, and then get into a select few altcoins. Are you excited about the future of Ethereum? Do you hold Ethereum? If you do, you have about 10 hours, actually a little bit less than 10 hours, until the last Goerli testnet merge goes live. This is the last testnet before the mainnet merge, meaning the merge is coming in about a month. Well, let's go over this. What's going to happen as Ethereum merges to proof of stake? Soon, the current Ethereum mainnet will merge with the Beacon Chain proof of stake system. This will mark the end of proof of work for Ethereum and the full transition to proof of stake. This sets the stage for future scaling upgrades, including sharding. The merge will reduce Ethereum energy consumption by about 99.95%. This merge sets the stage for a variety of layer 2s, which will really help with Ethereum fees, and also the Ethereum issuance and the supply versus demand in general. It makes Ethereum more appealing to us as investors. 99.999% of the world doesn't know about the merge and what it will do for Ethereum. Think about it. Every year, Ethereum sell pressure drops by 8 billion. ETH issued per year today, about 4.5 million. ETH issued per year after the merge, a little bit over 500,000. Post-merge will have negative issuance due to EIP 1559 burn rate, making Ethereum deflationary of sorts. And exactly like I predicted, Ethereum is pumping into the merge. This is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. This is a very important chart to keep track of. The ETH Bitcoin ratio just hit its highest level since January. This is the current chart. As you can see, Ethereum is actually close to its all-time high versus Bitcoin, the closest it's been for a while. As you can see, there's a nice little launch pad forming here, retesting previous resistance. Ethereum versus Bitcoin looking great. Ethereum versus US dollar, like we normally look at the chart, looks great, but Ethereum versus Bitcoin, which is something to keep track of, is also looking bullish. The only question is, will Ethereum break above this resistance? Ethereum versus Bitcoin is showing some bullish signs, but no volume and momentum slowing down doesn't give me that much confidence that this will hold or break above. Sorry. Sure, speculation and news can easily change this. We will continue to watch. Keep the questions coming in the comments. We will continue to keep you posted. And this is just to let you know that Ethereum just rallying higher and higher isn't necessarily in the cards. This price chart, the shape of this, it does look bullish to me, but we need to see that volume. We need to see that continued momentum, and that's what we watch on a daily basis on this channel. And many people are looking at Ethereum and crypto in general in ways like they've never done before. Crypto has found a floor thanks to the Ethereum merge. This is according to JPMorgan, which is interesting. I don't know if you saw their recent report. The takeaway is that JPMorgan thinks that the cryptocurrency market bottom could be in, citing limited contagion effects from Terra's implosion and renewed confidence in the market thanks to Ethereum's upcoming move to proof of stake. And if Ethereum merges to proof of stake without any problems, JPMorgan says that could be very bullish for Ethereum. But whether the merge is a buy the rumor, sell the news event, there's still plenty of reason, I think, to be bullish just going forward in general now that the merge is about to happen. Coinbase betting big on staking ahead of the Ethereum merge. The company aims to be the top provider of staking services and already considers it an early win. So Coinbase recently came out and said, we want to be the primo place for institutions to stake Ethereum, and we want to be the primo place for retail people like you and me to stake Ethereum. I think people are going to choose to do it on Coinbase just because of the ease. The amount of money Coinbase is going to print from staking in Q4 is nuts. People will give Coinbase a percentage, say 20% of the staking reward to handle their ETH stakes all day long. I tend to agree with this. There's no problem with this. People want to use Coinbase. People want to do it themselves. Either way, I think people will choose to lock up some portion of their Ethereum and stake it for that yield. Let's talk about Bitcoin and obviously crypto in general. Let's talk about the consumer price index, the new inflation numbers, and what this means for the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin rallies as US inflation cools to 8.5%. So, did you clock this today? The U.S. Consumer Price Index data for July has just come out today at 8.5%, 20 basis points lower than economists' expectations. The cooling suggests inflation may have peaked in June, meaning the Federal Reserve could turn dovish sooner than previously expected. Bitcoin and Ethereum both surged as the numbers dropped. So what is the takeaway? What does this mean? I loved this person's write-up. There are some spelling mistakes, but peep this. U.S. inflation comes in at 8.5%, finally below estimates. Here is why that is really good for crypto. Just now, U.S. CPI has officially been released and comes in at 8.5%. That's a good margin below the estimates of 8.7% and massively below last month's CPI numbers of 9.1%. Markets will now probably start to rally. And that lower inflation was crucial for crypto to continue its rally and expand it further on. Also, in yesterday's posts about inflation numbers, I laid out a scenario of lower than 8.7% inflation, and that will mostly happen now. It has especially been important as the Fed will have no argument at all now to do a 100 basis point hike and be looking at a 50 basis point hike next month that could make markets pump even more as the Fed is looking to pivot now. Who knows whether inflation has peaked now, but the U.S. government will definitely make it seem that way as we're going into the midterm elections. Crypto will have less moving forward from the Fed and a reversal. At least for now, it's actually possible. TLDR, this is another indication that crypto possibly could have bottomed. Definitely a relief rally will continue to happen, and we're already seeing it as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto and a lot of investable assets are going up based on the CPI numbers. Now, institutions have been buying Bitcoin. Retail people have been buying Bitcoin. This is Tom Farley, Farpeak chairman and CEO, explaining that people have been buying the Bitcoin dip. Bitcoin specifically, because Bitcoin's the easiest one for these institutions to buy. It's the, fundamentally the safest. Anyway, listen to him explain it, then we'll get into some altcoin.
What's happened with Bitcoin? When Bitcoin was at 60,000, you had a lot of institutions on the sideline who were looking and saying, boy, we'd like to invest. We'd like to allocate 1%, 2%, 3% of our portfolios, pension funds, for example. But at 60,000, it feels toppy. There's some mania, but they've done the diligence. They've met with their investment committees. And so as it went down to 17,000, it wasn't a shock to me that you saw some of those institutions step in for the very first time, buy Bitcoin, store it in their portfolio. So I knew there was a buyer.
But interesting that those institutional buyers stepped in when it was showing its volatility. You would think that the opposite would be true, that they would want to stay away, unless you think now that this is such a critical asset class that no one can afford not to be in it.
Yeah, well, it was a moment of capitulation. So if we could see all the books and records, I think it would be a combination of some really smart Bitcoin whales that have been in it for 10 years, and then fairly quickly some of those institutions stepping in. That's exactly what's happened. I mean, look, in crypto, yes, Bitcoin's up 40%. It doesn't mean it's going to go up another 40%. But in crypto, there's Bitcoin, and then there's literally everything else. Bitcoin is trusted. It's largely censorship resistant. There will only and ever be 21 million Bitcoins. It will have to be a component in a portfolio of broad portfolios, like a pension fund, maybe just to a small extent, but it will have to be there. And then there are all other cryptocurrencies. Everything else looks like a speculative stock. Maybe if you invest in it, you make money. Maybe you lose all of your money.
One more thing to mention, Uniswap continues to lead in the hearts and minds and metrics for decentralized exchanges. Uniswap is the clear leader among LPs considering volume as a metric, with over 65% share in July. So Uniswap versus others, you can see it's clear. It carries the market share. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. Again, guys, make sure you check out our Mark Cuban interview. Make sure you check out this interview right here. It's a good one. See you tomorrow.